Hey man. Alright, I just got the day started. Bit more tired today because freaking last night I woke up at 2. Even though I slept early, woke up at 2 and couldn't go to bed till 5 again. So it was a hassle to get up in the morning. But anyways, made it out of bed. Already looked at the 4 hours. Looked at the 4 hour here and I was like, okay, I can clearly see a downtrend. I can't get more data than this, but I can see enough to see that it's a downtrend, and also remembering from your charts that yeah, we're still in a downtrend. SNR is still holding, and these buyers aren't taken out yet, so still a down, whether it's a channel or in a trend mode. Okay, then I moved on to the 30-minute chart. 30-minute chart, I see a level up here as resistance. I also see a level right here, which is also yesterday's high. So there's a level there, and then the level below me is right there. So that's basically like my playground, right? So if I'm at the top of that level and the markets are reacting from it now, I like to be a seller. And as a seller, so far so good. The seller's actually turned around. He's gone below his SNRs and stuff like that. So looking for sells today, and seeing how I can perform as I get closer and closer to the 30-minute line. Cool. Okay, the markets opened up much below. I just spotted the next area on 30 minutes as well. Seems to be down here, and that area where I thought was support could now be resistance. But yeah, this is a level right here for support. I don't know where my mouse this thing is. Oh, there we go. So it's either there or there, but thereabouts. So we're right at support right now. So I'm gonna keep an eye on this as well to see, well, what's it gonna do at this price around here. So now I started off thinking that I gotta be a seller, but as the market gapped down like that, I need to see if I need to be a buyer instead. But even for me to be a buyer, I remember that he doesn't have to turn immediately into buyer. He can chop around this area. So I need to really see conviction on the 1 minute that he wants to be a buyer. So keep an open eye out for that. Okay, now it looks like after a bit of struggle down here, he's starting to pop up north. And as he's starting to pop up north, it's like, well, I don't know if I should hit it as a breakout, but I think I want to see a test that comes in and holds. So something above this line kind of thing. So yeah, the 30-minute support seems to be holding. So let's see. Okay. As I watch the 15-second, I'm starting to feel FOMO, but I'm trying to play this off the 1 minute, so I'm trying not to get too involved with that. I still need my test on the 1 minute. All I got was a little doji candle, so still expecting that to come down, give me a test, show me he can't go lower, and then I can probably hit it for a buy. So I don't want to ride it too late. Okay, things are looking a bit better now. The test is coming in. 10 seconds for the test to close. I do see it chopping up into pieces in the 15 seconds. So I can put a probably like a breakout trade above this thing for my buy order. As it holds that area, go ahead and, wow, it seems like 10 ticks is tight today. Let me then play the precision. I'll go ahead and transmit it right there to see if it pops north. Then
Order filled.
okay, I just got filled. All right, now watching this carefully.
Order filled.
I just got stopped out. Looks like 10 ticks is too tight for me today. So I'm gonna have to, looks like I'm gonna have to re-hit it again. Just as it goes.
Order filled.
Okay. Got filled at 43, tick stops at 33. It's my second trade already. Okay, that's a good sign. Candle's just closed. All right, we'll pause the video and see where this can take me to. Okay, it's blasted up north now. I'm pretty much at 10 ticks, which is a 1:1 right now. And it's getting at 73, which is pretty much a 4:1, or sorry, 3:1. I'm gonna go ahead and take it because of that reason. I don't see anything else that could stop me, but I'm gonna take it for that same reason. I think it's strong enough. I don't normally get this kind of 3 or 3:1, 4:1. I'm gonna go ahead and close it.
Order cancelled. Order filled.
Okay, I took it. So I had, this was my second trade. First trade was a loss. Second trade was a decent win. Gonna wait patiently now and see what happens on the 1 minute. All right, so we're getting a pullback here, which can pretty much propel itself up for the next push, either leg 3. Now, I know leg 2 is bigger, and I'm thinking if this is a leg 3 or leg 3 hasn't started yet, as the sharp reversal just pushed this down. So it's like the third push is still pending. Watching this carefully, it's come down and so far in a single pullback, waiting for a secondary pullback to actually step in. So far nothing. So waiting to see if this would give me an opportunity to prepare for a buy again. Okay, so it looks like the second test is a bit higher above this SNR. I do see subdivisions now on the 15 seconds here, which is on the second. It's like, it almost looks like it's one and a test, but I also see this area on top cleared out. So I'm gonna put an order a bit higher, and if it fills me in, great. If it comes down lower to fill me in, that would be even better. But I'll put an order much higher. Okay, prices seem to be holding above that minor SNR so far. Okay, good. So it is dropping down to give me a better price, so that's good. So we'll cancel this for now and watch it carefully to see what it does. Okay, so it's pulled back into near support, starting to chop around there. This is now, it looks like the second leg on the 1 minute, and it's starting to look like the second leg is getting bigger. So That's the thing. And if it gets any lower, then the buy would be off. And I can't look for sells either because I'm at 30-minute support here, so something to consider here. Okay, he's holding support. I almost feel like I will need a test on the 1 minute, considering how big that leg is. So now I have 2. I would need 2 in a test, or 2 a V in a test, or 2 support resistance that holds, and then a blast. So yeah, so it looks like it's trying to do a V. So let's see. It all depends on the test of this, because leg 2 again is bigger, and I can't forget that. Okay, seems to be back in. This is, if this is like a range, this would have been the probe. That's great. Okay, let's get a test back as low as we can. Basically somewhere around there if we can. And then we can see if we can take it up higher. It almost looks like that could have been 1, that could have been 2, and then 3. But then, is it refreshing itself for a next move? If that's the case, it's only come down, well, what is that, once? If this is 3 up, then that's once, or once, twice down. So I'll have to wait and see what it's trying to do. All we know is the sellers are struggling versus the buyers. Okay, so here comes the test in. It's quite strong. Gonna put an order slightly higher. I want to see that subdivision first. So far nothing. In fact, the sell is very, very strong. So in fact, I'm not gonna even put this here. Too powerful. Okay, cool. Well, that could be now the what we call the third leg. If that's the pullback mode, it's still in this area for support equals resistance. Okay, he constantly tries to breach it. This is his second time trying to breach it, but he seems to hold above it every time he gets to this area. So it's turning like a little wedge or something. Okay. If this goes back up above here, I'm gonna buy it with the top of the wedge being my target.
Order filled.
Okay, it just got filled, and if he's able to break above the wedge, great. If not, I will be out.
Order filled.
Oh, that one stopped me out. Okay, so that was my third trade. It stopped me out. Maybe a bit too aggressive there. I'm trying to catch the bottom of this. And now it's almost starting to look like it's holding below. Okay. So looks like it is pretty much getting ready to go back up. It's subdivided and everything. It is on leg 3 plus. I just need this to finish this last little test there. I can see it's come down in multiple pieces and then it's slowing down here. Again, it's very, very deep into this fella here. So it almost looks like, well, are we range trading it now? Is this the range on top of this 30-minute support? So waiting for this to get a little bit higher.
Order filled.
Okay, I just got filled again. Yeah, the markets seem to be very, very active today, which is cool. But at the same time, it's like, well, my 10 tick stop seems very, very tight compared to yesterday. But if I have the timing right of entering the trades, then it shouldn't be a problem. Okay, we're back into the range, I think. Yeah. I need to see if it's able to break the wedge, or if it goes up. Well, actually, no, not break the wedge, because if it goes up to the wedge, I'm already in decent profit. So I gotta remember my stop loss is 36. That means I got in at 46. So 56 is already 10 ticks. I'm at 1 hour now. 66, I'm at 2 hours. Okay, I am out of this.
Order cancelled.
Oh, fill me in.
Order filled.
Okay, there we go. Okay, so that was my 4th trade. Okay, watching carefully. Okay, now I see this as a V on the 60 and I feel that this is pretty much ready to go up again. So according to the 60, it's come down in several pushes where it's rolled around completely, and the 60 is trying to do a test itself that will prepare to go up again. So what I'm trying to see is if I can get it a little bit away from the wedge to see if I can hit the buy for it to go beyond the wedge. Okay, but it's in a test phase right now and I'm watching it carefully. So far it is doing a lot of chop compared to the buy that it did. So we'll keep this ready. I didn't get filled. I'll keep it there a few more ticks. If it just launches without me, I'll cancel it, but this would be my 5th trade if I get activated. Yeah, might be too aggressive with my price. I may not get it. And that's okay. Okay,
Order filled.
I just got filled. Now, the moment of truth, if we're able to pop above this area. And there we go. Okay, so which means if we're popping above this area, I should be able to take it above this fella. I am in a decent profit. It's 57, so entry is 67. 87 puts me at 2R, which is pretty much the line I drew, but I should be able to breach that. So watch this carefully. I'll move my stops in to 0. I don't want to take a hit on this. Okay, alright. So 87, I'm at 2R, 2.5 maybe? Well, 2R exactly. 3 candles in this area. Okay, here it still looks healthy. Things seem to be okay, but still lingering in this zone. That's a very sharp turn is there, above SNR and below basically resistance. So thoughts coming to my head right now is, am I too biased for the break? Am I not willing to take the profit that's on the table? The other side says your stops are at 0, what do you have to lose? But that's the wrong mentality. Okay. Here's the second attempt. Okay, it's taking way too long. I'm gonna get out of this. It's not going, so I'm out.
Order cancelled.
Looks like I'm out too late. Come on. Damn it. I'm gonna shit. I practically almost got nothing on that, I think. Yeah, so again, I said this yesterday as well, but I didn't work on it, and I guess that's my fault to find out why that was happening. And I think it's because I switched my filling to not fill me at market, but fill me if I'm trying to buy. It fills me in on the sell price, so IB pays me the liquidity instead of me paying the IB liquidity fee. I read that on YouTube somewhere. I heard that on YouTube somewhere, so maybe I'll turn that off. Okay, so watching carefully on standby, seeing what's happening. Yeah, so it's finally popped above. It's reached pretty much 07, which would have been my 4R basically. But the way I look at it is, could I have got it? Even if I exited and picked up another position, could I have caught it? And I already see this as leg 1 up, leg 2 up, and then what am I buying? A leg 3, but I know it's a critical moment for it to possibly pop. So this could have been an attempt, and the way I would have read that is the way it pulled back here. It's a little bit too aggressive, but as this rolled over and comes up, and then this test happens that holds, my entry would have to be somewhere in there. So it could have been attempted, but it also seems, well, it's too risky because there's resistance right above me. But I don't know if that's the correct way of thinking. This is something I would generally think that maybe I should attempt. So we'll keep that in mind for a study for now, to see that if I need to, next time hit it for a second try. So continuing to watch. Based on the way things are looking right now, it almost looks like it's in a range with a probe on top that's preparing for a sell. Whether I look at it like that, and seems to be holding so far. It's quite strong too. So the flows upwards were in between both the 30 resistance and support. So a bit of a little dilemma there on like, well, what's it gonna do? But if I start seeing some wicks on here, then I think it might be game time for it to be a sell. But it also, at this stage, it can also be where it's come down several pushes, and that's the turn that it just did. In fact, I'm wondering if I just missed it, because I was looking at it in terms of a range. Because then that would be a single push down, second push down, turn around, and then here's a test that prepares to pop. Okay, so I might have missed the buy then in that case. Okay, so we'll continue to watch to see what's going on. Yeah, I guess because of that range, it threw me off a bit because I couldn't even see this piece here right now to do the buy. What I see is, well, the idea of a range was good for an exit. I shouldn't have abandoned the buy so quickly. So that would have been a decent area to exit the trade, but knowing that this is yet once again a strong push up, and then here's a test of that coming in very, very aggressively. In fact, I think the test is still coming in to pop above this recent high, but prices do look a bit high. So I'm gonna go ahead and give this one a shot here. Let me extend this out. Yeah. Okay. Maybe it won't get filled. Yeah, I probably hit it too late. Well, let's see, because I know we had to clear out this fella here. This little chunk here needed to be cleared out. Hence the reason why it came down one more time. But now that that's cleared, I just got filled as well. This is my 6th trade now. I can see my stop loss seems to be further in sort of size, in design, I guess. Seems like the distances are shrinking. Oh, I might get stopped on this. So far, okay. I got stopped on this one. Okay, so that one took me out. That was my 6th trade. Couldn't make a higher high. In fact, price was too high. Okay, so that's not good there. Okay, let's continue to wait and see. I guess this is now when the range idea is starting to kick in as one of our tests and SOTs and all that. And he's preparing for his sell, but I won't take the sell side because I'm less certain for that one. Okay, the pop just happened for a higher high. He just came down one more time, basically, and that stopped me out. My stops were too tight. It came in one more time and then it popped up. So that one is still running. However, I don't know if I can participate in the buys anymore, as this is already on leg 3 now. So, and it's 9/4/15. So seems like maybe this is the moment when I call it and say that maybe it's done for the day, because it can turn into a range or sideways, and as it approaches closer and closer to the top, I want to stop being a seller anyways. So We'll sit through it another 15 minutes, and if nothing shows up, then I will call it a day. Okay, seems like the setup is coming in yet once again, as pulling back in several pullbacks. It's in an upward channel right now. It's not making properly higher highs, so I can see it as a channel. I see this last piece coming in right now. It's broken up already in two pieces, but I need it to hold. So just waiting to see if this gives me an opportunity again to re-enter. I am aware I'm on what looks like a huge third set kind of thing, like as if well, I'm not gonna get into what I see, but this looks like a whole third set kind of thing when I look at all of this stuff. So waiting to see if there is an opportunity here somewhere. Waiting for the right moment, and let's see. Looks like it's turning into a range now, and we're at the bottom of the range, and it's trying to create a probe or something. So if it does make a lower low and ends up a little bit lower, then I guess it's off, because then it can probably come back and chop for a while, or even try to revert as a sell. So yeah, I think I'll call it a day on this one and say yeah, I'll be done with this one. I'm done. Cool.